guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this makeup tutorial for you. This is my first full autumnal makeup look. It is a full-on glam look. It is pretty heavy, so if you want to see how to get the look, then just keep watching. Okay guys, today I'm going to be starting off with my eyes, as I will be using like a really shimmery colour on my eyelid. So starting off with priming them, I'm using the Tarte, this is the clay concealer thing, and this is in the shade Light, and I'm just using a Duo Fibre Real Techniques brush just to buff that over my eyelid, just to give us a clean base to work with, and then setting it with my Rodale translucent setting powder. I recently, my old one of these I dropped and I smashed, the whole thing smashed everywhere, so I had to pick up a new one because I love this powder. Filling in my eyebrows with the Rodale Glam Brow, this is in Ash Brown. Just filling them in like normal, nothing too crazy. Moving on to eyes, I'm using the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm first of all taking the shade Raw Sienna, and I'm just using my Iconic London fluffy brush just to buff this into the upper crease area. I am going kind of high with this, like the inner part, as you can see, does touch pretty much my eyebrow, but I'm not taking it right the way in, and yeah, I'm just buffing it into this area. This is kind of like our transitional colour. This is one of those looks that I feel like looks pretty messy until you get to the end. I recently watched, if you don't know who By Brookel is on Instagram or Snapchat, she's never, like, honestly, you need to check her out. Look, this is one of her pictures here. She puts bomb pictures on Instagram, like her makeup is insane, but she doesn't do YouTube, or she's never really done like a video on Instagram or anything like that, but she recently did a mini tutorial on Snapchat, so you should follow her on Snapchat. And it kind of inspired this idea because it's kind of a subtle half crease. Anyway, I just rambled through everything I just did. So basically, I picked up the shade Red Ochre, and I took my MAC 217, and I'm just buffing that into the outer V and crease area, but starting off in the outer corner, so that is the darkest bit. And then I also go in with Venetian Red, as I wanted the look to be a bit more reddy, like a bit more cranberry plummy colour. So I just picked up some of the Venetian Red as well. So those are the only three shades I'm using for the whole creasy area. So we had Raw Sienna, then Red Ochre, and then Venetian Red. To be honest, you wouldn't. Yeah, those are the three that I would recommend using. So I'm just going between all three shades, just deepening up the outer V. You can see I have made it into like one of those little V things at the side. And then I'm taking the same concealer I used to prime, so that Tarte concealer, on a small Iconic, this is I think a winged liner brush or an eyebrow brush, whatever you want to use it for, and I'm just using this to clean up the inner part of the eye. And then my camera died. My camera cut off so many times during this filming, I have no idea why. I just used the brush you'll see on this side to clean up that inner part, just to make sure this gold pigment that I put on it is like more vibrant and doesn't blend into the other colours. It just makes it look a little bit cleaner. So it's not a half cut crease really at all, but it's kind of the same idea you would do. It's just not like super crisp. I just don't really like that, and to be honest, it just never works on my eye. It just looks really weird. So I do that, and then I just pack on, this is a Barry M Dazzle Dust in Gold Bronze, one of my favourite pigments ever. So I'm just using a MAC concealer brush to just pack that onto the area we've applied the concealer, and also to start blending into that red in the outer V. But you can see it kind of gives an almost half cut crease kind of thing, but it's not, like, because in a minute I go back in with the red and I just soften the line. So here I'm just going back in with Venetian Red, and I'm just packing it over that outer half, just to make sure that it kind of just diffuses into that gold pigment, so it gives you a really nice gradient effect from the red in the outer corner into the gold. And you can see just dragging it through the crease. Applying lashes, the Pixie Wisp, which are my favourite at the moment, by Unicorn Lashes, and then leaving the eyes for a second, moving on to the face. I'm priming with my Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer. And then foundation, I really wanted to use the Urban Decay All Nighter, but I still don't have the right shade. So I tried mixing in my Armani Luminous Silk, which is shade number 9. I will leave all shades, by the way, listed down below. I started blending it in with my Iconic Evo brush, but as you can see, like, it totally does not match my face or my neck, like, at all. Like, my neck, I dragged it down my neck and it, like, made my neck, like, paler than it already was. So I basically just picked up a tiny bit more of the Armani one and just beauty blended over it a tiny bit, just to deepen up a tiny bit. Next, I'm concealing under my eyes using obviously that same concealer. I love this concealer. It's really good and it's so easy to use because it's in a stick form. Super creamy and really easy to blend out. So I just applied that into the highlight areas and then used my damp beauty blender to blend it all together. And then I will go ahead and set all those areas with that same powder we used to set the eyelids, which was the Rodial Translucent Powder. I honestly love this powder. It smooths out your face like, oh, I can't, it just really smooths everything out. Like you can see, like look how smooth that looks now. I just don't know how to explain it, but I love it. I really like it, and it doesn't give flashback, in case you're wondering. If you're taking flash photography, I have never had an issue with it giving me like a white cast under my eyes. Right, now we've got like super full coverage face on, and you can see there's no definition at all. So I'm taking the iconic contour set and I'm just carving out my cheekbones and also bronzing up the face. I'm using the Rodial contour brush to do this, and you can see like what a difference this makes. Like look at that side compared to that side. That side's so flat, and then that side's like, yeah, okay, there's some cheekbones going on there, even though I don't really have any. So I'm just doing the exact same thing to the other side, and then we'll be moving on to highlighter. You guessed it, I'm using my Illamasqua Epic Highlighter. I'm so sorry guys, I just cannot get enough of this stuff. Oh, it's just the best highlighter I've ever used. Look at it. Oh my god, I die. Okay, so I'm just using that to highlight my face, my cheekbones, my nose, a little bit on my forehead, and a tiny bit on my cupid's bow. I don't really like to highlight my cupid's bow that much, so I just use whatever's left on my brush and just like dust it over the edge. But can you see this face? Like glowing, winning, living. Moving on to the lower lash line, I am using a nude liner to line my waterline, and then I'm going back into the red ochre shade and a flat definer brush, and I'm connecting this to that outer V of the top part of your eye, as you can see here, almost like a lower lash wing. And then I'm just dragging whatever's left on the brush into the inner corner, so the majority of it is on the outer corner. Then just using that same MAC 217 to just buff it out, just so it's a bit more diffused but still pretty defined. Next, I'm taking my Anastasia Sun Dipped Glow Kit and I'm highlighting my brow bone and my inner tear duct with the shade Moonstone. You guys ask me a lot what I use to highlight my brow bone and my inner corner, and it's always Moonstone because I think it's the most beautiful highlight. It's so pigmented. I don't really like it as much on my face because I feel like it is a bit much. But if you love that like super highlighted look, then you would like it. But for me, I just feel like it looks a little bit unnatural. But for the brow bone and the inner corner, it is popping. Like seriously, it's really good. So I'm just doing that, and then I'm just using a liner because obviously you can see my lash band, so I'm just slightly lining just over the lash band and the inner corner so it blends better. Applying some mascara just to my lashes and my lower lashes just to make sure those falsies blend. And then for lips, I'm taking the Rimmel liner. This is in Cappuccino, one of my favourites. If you want big lips, this is a really good liner to line your lips with because it's like that cool toned brown, so it makes your lips look like way bigger. And then I'm putting on the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte in Venus, which is my favourite by far of the collection. I love this colour. And then once you've done that, the look will be complete. I just took my hair out of the pigtails and this is the finished look. Okay, so this is the finished look, guys. I really hope you liked it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. And don't forget to leave me your requests down below, especially for Halloween tutorials. If you've got any requests, leave them down below because I will be filming these ASAP. So that's everything from me. I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.